small, it would be
Yeah.
like, oh, it's
Yeah.
fine. But no,
Well,
I can't.
you know, and horses are like, I mean, they're pretty much like dogs. They're like a pack mentality or herd.
Mhm.
And so if you're around that horse all the time, it's like your dog. And it's pretty cool to see because like horses get attached to humans, just like dogs do. So they're just 1,200 pounds.
I think they're beautiful though.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, at nighttime, I hear them with the horses because you can hear the clickety
Oh, yeah, yeah.
on the street. And let me just tell you, they're out there at 10 a.m.,
Mhm.
11. And now I'm used to it. It's in the background.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
It
it.
feels like you live like in an old area, like, you know, back in the 1800s where they're air.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, they just clip clop around. And then of course there's an event every night downtown.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how people live downtown.
He lives downtown.
I'm like, Daniel, how do you live? It's you know, I went to the HEB downtown and they don't even have any beats.
Yeah, no, a lot of the stuff that they don't have there, we could replace there. Nobody really.
Mhm.
My house in Canton.
Because my mom would I love beets where you do the beets, you put vinegar in it, Heinz vinegar, and just put some pepper on them, let them get cool in the fridge and eat them. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm gonna make sure I do that. Okay, hopefully it will be a short Friday. We shall see.
Coach Judge,
Yes.
do you have Christopher Andrade's file there? Because I think he sent you a letter and he keeps, I was wondering if I could look at it, please.
No, I don't have Christopher Andrade's file. Let me see. Just one second.
Yeah, we've already
This
done
paper.
the paperwork.
Let me look for it. Just give me a moment.
Thanks, Judge.
But Sean, what do you have planned this weekend?
Saturday night, Heroes Brawl.
Oh, what is that?
Law enforcement, fire department.
Who's winning that? Oh, I forgot. That is the boxing match. Oh, and I know a couple of people who are in that. But if I go, am I going to have to cover my eyes through a lot of it? Okay, this is what I wonder. Did everybody make weight?
I think you would have heard, well, I don't know about everyone, but the team that we're going to support, I think you would have heard if they did not.
Okay. Okay. He's serious.
He is very, the whole week off.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to see what happens. Ah, okay. I see Andrade. Did you need to see the paperwork?
I saw the paperwork, Judge. He said he sent you a letter. I don't know if you put those in your files or not.
I don't have
Okay.
a letter.
I know. I was just curious. I figured we can talk about it. I should look at it first, but
No, I don't have a letter.
all right, thank you.
So I don't know what happens to those letters now that we have Odyssey.
Mhm.
So.
Fair enough. Thank you for looking.
Mhm. All right, Bashan, I thought I was going to, well, I still may see it. You know, I'm not a big fan of horror movies, But everybody says the new Halle Berry movie, Don't Let Go, I think it's called Don't Let Go or something. They say that that has gotten rave reviews. Mm-hmm. You want to see that? All right, you're gonna have to let me know what happens. Is it too scary for me to attend? I think it's a combination of both because the previews I've been seeing, it's her and her two children.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And one of the actors in that's the guy who played in Deliverance, that little boy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All right, Mahia, the inmates are coming up. Okay. See if they had an escalator back there, it would be quicker.
Judge Captain Forrestal.
Okay. Well, I haven't read it, but if y'all want me to read it, let me know. Oh, Bashan BCIT is having a fundraiser. Tacos. $2.50 each until they're sold out. Yeah, it's today. I don't know. Let me see where it is. Archives Parking Garage Lobby. And I bet you they're out, right? Yeah. Well, I'm doing my diet. Can't do the donuts. Sure. Oh, and they say that. So, State, did y'all get the message that TCIC was going to be down from 6 to 12?
No, no one. told me
Oh,
that.
because you know why? Y'all don't need to know, even though y'all need to know. It says DPS is doing maintenance work on TCIC and CH systems Sunday, September 29th from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Yeah.
They don't really tell us much.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you guys.
The other, like the internet was out, like yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I'll forward it to you, and then if you could forward it to everybody. Okay, and Bashan, my little girl is not little anymore.
She's not, right?
I'm like, she's growing so fast. Let me show you this. Seems like 1,000 years ago. And I love the way she smiles.
I do too. All the teeth.
Mhm.
Now she's probably up to like,
Yes. But you know what? She still loves for you to pick her up and run to you. So I'm like,
Yeah, no, I know y'all. I'm a. I don't even worry about y'all. I don't know. There's every thought that that's what they're supposed to do. But I want to make sure that
Yeah, yeah. Did you intend for this to be on? All right. Do you want me to, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, no, that's fine, because it'll stand front and back. So
Okay.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Here are these. And Norma, see if you can get Ted Wood to see if he's available to come in. And are they ready? Christopher Andrade? Hi, are you all ready?
Last minute. Thank you.
Sure. And Deshaun, one of my friends, you know what? They texted me, you know where they are? On their way to South Africa. I'm like, you know, I need to go there, but. Oh, yeah. Oh, who is it? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So they said they're going, you know, I looked up on Go Ahead Tours. They have some nice South Africa trips. I would love to do a grand tour of the continent, right? Because there are certain things that I want to see in each one. But they say you have to take vaccinations. Do you need to take vaccinations? All right, she says that, and then I'm in a Lifetime movie with Sean where I didn't take my vaccinations. And you know what my mom is gonna say? I want to speak to the deputy who told my baby she didn't have to take vaccination.
Okay, never mind.
That's gonna be on you.
Just think those vaccinations bring Washington.
Yeah. You know, one of my friends who always goes to Ghana, they don't do the vaccination. And they said that,
No.
they said that people told them really, the people who live there said, oh, this is what you do. And they said it worked out beautifully.
It worked out for something.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Okay. All right, the court is calling. Oh, come down. That's okay. Court is calling 2024 CR 008840, State of Texas versus Christopher Andrade. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Anyway,
for the defense?
Karen Corby for Mr. Christopher Andrade, defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Andrade?
yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Counsel, you stated that your client had filed a letter.
Yes, Judge, he did write a letter. It was addressed to Judge Catherine Torrestal, but I don't think.
Is that anything I need to read?
I don't think so.
All right. Anything you want me to read?
I mean, I did write you a letter, but I guess you didn't get it. I wrote you personally a letter, but I guess, I don't know, got lost somewhere, I guess, I don't know.
All right, is that a letter I need to read? Or you would like for me to read it?
I mean, I would like you to, yes, but
All right, to the clerk, can you see if there's a letter that was addressed to me? And are there any applications in this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right,
Just what-
let me ask you, the letter that you addressed to Judge Stahl, is that the same letter that you would have addressed to me?
it's pretty much the same.
All right,
Because I'm in my room class and our teacher advocates for us to get in there and to get into like a drug court or something like that. So at the time I was seeking help and probation and
okay. Right. And what I can tell you is letters that are sent to the court by persons who are represented by attorneys. I don't read those. And the reason why I don't read those is because that would be sort of ex parte. So what ends up happening is those letters will go into a file, and then your attorney would be made aware of it and the state would be made aware of it. When I was a defense attorney, I would tell my clients, please do not write letters, because when you write letters, everything that you put in the letter, it's not confidential. And that means that the state has an opportunity to read it. Your attorney, of course, will read it when they become aware of it. All right, thank you. Have you had a chance to review this one?
Can I take a peek at it, please,
Sure.
Judge? I think it's probably pretty much.
And state, would you like an opportunity to read the letter?
Should we take a moment, Judge?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you go sit
All right, just step back. Hello. LaShawn, I'm in the middle of reading a book called Liar's Crown. And I'm just hoping this is not going to be a cliffhanger where it's, and go to book 2 and then book 2 is not out. Mhm. Oh, they're talking about opening up carpool lanes in San Antonio. And the question is, do we need carpool lanes?
They have those out on 31, like further out,
Mhm.
and it's like. I mean, it's like you see people using them, but it's like usually one person in a car.
Oh, well, now they say that they're going to start giving tickets, and they say that the tickets are $232 if you're in that lane and you're not supposed to.
It's carpool, you only have to have 2 people.
Yeah.
So like, my kid and I.
Yeah.
We're in the carpool lane.
Well, I remember watching, and this is when 60 Minutes, well, I'm not going to say that, but I was watching this on 60 Minutes, and people were buying dolls to sit in the
Oh, yeah.
passenger seat so they could be in the carpool lane.
I mean, I think they should just let people use them, or just open it up again, because it's like, they waste the whole line.
Well, I would tell you, it would be nice if they had a specific lane for people who drive diesels and just have their specific lane. There is nothing that terrifies me more. And I think about my uncle who used to drive trucks. People will speed, get in front of a diesel, and then they're going slow in front of the diesel. And I'm like, you are acting as though that diesel can stop on a dime, and it cannot stop on a dime. It's, A mile, that's all?
It's not very long.
Yeah, I mean, they built that 31 out and the new portion, they put a carpool lane.
Mhm.
That is beautiful. And then they put that big that transit, big,
Mhm.
that nobody uses.
Ah,
I mean, nobody uses the whole thing. So they have a big parking, and they built it into the highway where the buses can pull in on the highway. Pretty cool looking, but it was like,
hey, I used to take the bus.
I've used it a few times actually.
Yeah.
Because they dropped me off
Mhm.
down where I was like, one day it was raining, and I was like,
Mhm.
kind of walking about 5 or 6 blocks, and I was like.
Ah. I used to, because the hub then was University Hospital. So I would always try to get on the 90 bus going home because it's the express and it takes you on the
Yeah.
freeway, which is very hard stopping. But more likely than not, I would always end up on the 92. That's how I realized Fredericksburg goes through the entire city.
But yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
there's a bus that goes straight down from that area.
Mhm.
down here. It's pretty nice, actually. It's pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
One time I made the mistake and I got on a looper and I didn't realize it was the looper. I want to say it was the 551 looper. And the next thing I know, I am at the basis. Like, oh, didn't know this is, I've never been out this far before.
Sort of like a tour. It's like-
Oh, it was. But I will tell you, being on the bus, I met some of the nicest people.
Yeah.
And some people who were on the bus had DWIs. So when I was a defense attorney, they would end up, hey, you're an attorney. And there was this guy on the bus, his name was Doc. And Doc started introducing me to everybody on the bus. He's like, this Stephanie boy, she's a brand new attorney and she's going to be great. And so he would give me books to read and everything,
Oh, wow.
like the John Grisham books. He's like, and he would sign it. He's like, Stephanie, this is a good book for you to read. I'm like, okay. But so everybody on the bus knew me. And when I didn't get on the bus one day, I get on the next day, they'll be like, Stephanie, where were you? We missed you.
All in there.
Yeah.
Welfare check.
Yeah. Those were the good old days. And I fell asleep watching the game. Did the Cowboys win? Okay.
Oh, you
Giants.
heard my kid and son.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
No.
Don't say anything.
He's like, yes, they did. Yeah, no, I ended up dozing off. Yeah.
Next week.
Ooh. Ah. So, Vashawn, Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. You saying it, when is it?
Hey,
10 days. All right. If we didn't have a docket, I would say, everybody, wear your colors.
I'm a Giants fan. I'm embarrassed.
Oh my gosh. What is going on with your team?
Gotta get rid of that QB is what needs to happen.
Ah. Well, I'm gonna see what the Saints are cooking. But I'm just wondering what's happening with the storm and everything. Oh my gosh, I didn't know the Oakland A's were leaving Oakland. Oh,
They go into Vegas.
yeah, and you know what? I do remember Ricky Henderson. All right, is there anyone who's ready? Yes. Oh, just approach and let them know you're ready. Who do you have? I'm sorry, who? Okay. Oh, I was wondering. I'm like, hey, we're just hitting here shooting the breeze. All right, come forward. Hello. Let me see if I can find the docket sheet. Just give me a moment. There it is. Can I get a file stamp for a motion to revoke, please? Right, thank you. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2279, State of Texas versus Roger Nick Jones. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Gary hanging out.
defense?
Danielle Cameron for the defense.
Off the record for a moment. Deputy, could you move them to the other end? All right, we're back on the record. And are you Roger Nick Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the documents entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney?
Yes,
And did you understand it?
yes,
Are you the same Roger Nick Sunsaray Jones who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2279 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on May 1st, 2023 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Judge, my understanding is from defense counsel that this may be getting reset for tap evaluation. I don't know if that's correct.
All right, I don't,
We were gonna ask if we could, have a short reset for a tap evaluation, so that we can gain a little bit more information on the right treatment.
all right, off the record for a moment. You don't need to do that.
The trial, sir?
No.
Can I talk to her for a second?
Sure. All right, Karen, are you ready? All right, sure.
We're ready to.
Okay, all right, if you'll come. Sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say. They're basically
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, all right. I mean, that's fine. I just want to make sure that's. Next is. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, Doug.
All right. All right, if y'all come back on Roger Nick Jones, please. All right, we're back on the record in 2023 CR 2279, State versus Roger Nick Jones. And where we left off, I asked if you had reviewed the documents with your attorney. You stated yes. Are you the same Roger Nick Jones who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2279 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on May 1st, 2023 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Bonita Sansare Jones did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August, September 2023, violation condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection to the waiver?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that proposed agreement?
It's denying the motion, to adjudicate and continue on for probation and to have a TAP evaluation done and follow those recommendations.
Oh, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Roger Nick Jones.
All right, why have you not been successful in probation?
Okay, last year I left Alpha Home because my mom was dying. My dad died 5 days before Christmas. My mom died on Christmas. Afterwards, I felt like I just kind of was out of touch with myself for a bit, and I just went like I felt like I lost my mind for a little bit because I didn't know how to deal with losing my mom, and then I felt like I lost time because I spent a lot of time in jail for the past 2 years. But that's no excuse. But that's what happened. I did speak with my federal attorney, I mean, my federal probation officer, but I did not speak with my probation officer for state because I was on both federal and state probation, but I'm finished with federal probation. But
Excuse me, does anyone have any Kleenex?
thank you. And federal probation proceeded and she actually took me off of federal probation and ended me early due to that. And I just kind of I made a dumb decision not to speak to him, not to contact him, not to go in. I did have a past of drug use, but I can't say that was the issue last year. Last year was just really more of an issue of trying to find my kids and trying to deal with the loss of both of my parents
What do you mean trying to find your children?
because my mom gave my kids to someone, and my mom gave my kids to someone when I was in jail, and I can't say that I know where they are.
All right, so currently you don't know where they are? So do you have any other family?
I do. I have my sister and my brother. I'm gonna currently reside with my older brother, but they're not with my family. They're not with my brother or my sister.
So
Because
does anyone know where your children are?
my sister told me, I spoke to my sister while I was on the phone. She said that she found my two oldest, but she hadn't told me where. But my youngest daughter, my 4-year-old, I don't know where she's at. She's not even in the state of San Antonio. And so I went to New Orleans. I spent some time in New Orleans last year trying to find Nevaeh, my 4-year-old, because that's where her dad's from, which I did not find her. So that was pretty much what I was going through.
All right, and does her father know where she is?
He's in jail for life.
Okay,
Both of my children's fathers are incarcerated. I'm the only parent they have.
okay. All right. I'm sorry, I don't, I always try to solve all problems, right? With regards to your daughter, you're probably gonna have to have an investigator to see where she is. And I'm sure your attorney can let you know of some investigators. And then there are some investigators who will actually, they do pro bono work as well, some of them, and they will see about that. But just remain in court. I'll see what information I can give you to help her. All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions. To include a TAP evaluation in custody. How long do you expect the TAP evaluation to take? All right, so we're gonna have you come back over here in 3 weeks to make sure that you're not lost in the system.
Yes, ma'am.
And then see if we have anything for grief counseling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need from the court?
Um, can I have a resource for trauma?
Yeah, that's the grief counseling that I'm giving you, but we'll see if there's any counseling for trauma.
Okay.
All right. So we're off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, communication is key. When you're going through things, now you have probation sort of as a safety net. You can actually pick up the phone and call them.
Okay.
And when you call them and let them know what's going on, they will be empathetic and sympathetic to your plight. You would not even be in custody right now if you'd have just picked up the phone and called someone and said, this is what's going on in my life. Then what would ended up happening? Probation would have came to me and or either sent me by an email asking the alternate main conditions for you to have time to go spend time with your mother and to take care of things. But just acting as though you're not on probation is not good.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 3-week reset date. All right, so we're going to come back on October 17th, council. If for any reason this is done before then they'll let us know and you'll be brought over before October 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you'll just wait a minute, I'm going to see if I have a number for somebody to call in regards to that.
For you to consider allowing us to have a quick reset. My client has been participating in a program called the RIM at the jail. He's been going through all sorts of classes. He has certificate AA, NA. They have him informed him there's a place called Esperanza Court. I typically that's for prostitutes, right? But
Yeah.
they accept other people. Sean did call Esperanza and they said they could interview him on Thursday. People from Rim are the people that actually referred him to that. He said if you want to read his letter today, you can, or we can just wait, but it is basically addressing how he's asking for help and whatnot.
All right, so he wants probation. He wants to apply for probation.
Yes, but we'd like to get him interviewed for Esperanza Court as soon as possible, and then depending upon if they think he's appropriate, then we'll just take the plea. There's going to be.
Well, let me ask you this. Is the state in agreement with allowing him to apply for probation?
Yes. They made offer for. It's Daniel actually, but okay, let me talk to Daniel. Thank you,
Mhm.
Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yeah, yes. Like how far you know,
Yes.
Your Honor, the plea that we have in front of you today is just for to do. It doesn't include the 6 silent, so.
Oh, y'all will have to just,
Just, okay,
yes.
that'll work.
And I will hand it to the clerk.
Thank you.
And if y'all can redo just the plea page.
Will do. Thank you.
They're gonna need to rewrite the plea. Who's here on Jose Manjares? Just one moment. I'm so sorry. All right. So where are we on this case with discovery? Oh, it's,
We're ready to proceed, Judge.
oh, okay. See, I'm looking at a blank page. Yes. Oh, no, I'm good. If the mine is still a steel trap. All right, court is calling 2019 CR 11691, State of Texas versus Jose Manjares. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Kelly Piddle?
And are you Mr. Manjares?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision? And also the First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Did you understand the MTR?
Yes, 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 Your Honor.
Are you the same Jose Manjares who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 11691 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on December 9th, 2021 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 4, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jose Baruch Manjarez presented there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December 2023, January, February, and March 2024 in violation condition number 4.
All right, just one moment. I am so sorry. All right, so state, are you proceeding on any other allegations?
No, Your Honor, I don't know. if
He hasn't
violated
pled yet.
true-
Oh, I am, but you're not proceeding on anything else?
Just the number 4, Your Honor.
All right, and do you waive, do you object to the waivers?
No.
All right. With regards to violation of condition number 4, how do you plead true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. I the motion to adjudicate, continue the individual on his probation with an alternate conditions to add SATA vascular care. Also AANA that he needs 3 times a week. Also ISP gang supervision. Also a drug patch for 6 months after SATA. And then also monthly UAs for the duration of probation. And healthy relationships program. Also MRT.
All right, is that the agreement?
It is, Judge.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up.
Okay.
All right, so why are you not doing well on probation?
Well, when I went to rehab, the time I was a month in rehab, unfortunately, my dad passed away in that time. So when I came out of rehab, I relapsed pretty bad in drugs. And that's why in December, I was in Floresville and well, I went to jail and that's the reason, just my dad passing away. And then, was me, it was hard for me having my dad passing away. Yes.
All right, so who else do you have in your family as a support system?
Well, my mom, pero the thing is that my mom, whenever my dad passed away, my mom don't know how to handle the situation too. And we have a lot of arguments between me and my mom. So my mom was kicking me out of the house several times, and I was literally living in the streets. And that's why, like, I was really confused about everything.
All right, so why didn't you contact your probation officer to let them know what was going on in your life?
She knows about it. She knows about my dad passing away. When I came out of jail on Floresville, also I tried to contact her and then letting know that I was out of jail and trying to set a date to meet up. And I don't have no response from her. And yes, Your Honor.
Let me ask you this. You've been in my court before. What is the number one rule that I always tell people?
The truth.
Right? Well, and the other thing I always tell people, if you have an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court and address with me. Miss Abrams will be there and Miss Abrams will tell me, hey, this person has an issue. There have been people who've come in here before, they've not been on docket. And guess what we do? The clerks go in the back, pull the file, and I will have the probation officer, if needed, zoom in, and we'll try to figure out what's going on to keep you on track. That's all you have to do. And I tell everybody that same thing.
Hmm.
Now, this relationship, healthy relationships program, is that to address the issues with his mom, or who is that supposed to be addressing? Ah. So are you in a relationship with anyone?
No, no, like, I'm
I
single.
mean, do you have girlfriend?
No, no, I'm single.
Wife? All right.
No, no.
So then they want healthy relationships program. Do you think that will be of help to you?
If it's with my mother, yeah. I mean, if my mom gets in the program, because we having trouble having communication with each other, and like I say, she keeping me out of the house every 50 days, every month. It wasn't healthy for me. It was crazy moving all my stuff in and out.
Okay, let me ask you this. How old are you?
I'm 30. Yes, I know.
You know, you got to get your own place,
Yeah, yes.
you know, and I will tell you, when you're getting your own place, sometimes you can't start out with, I'm having this beautiful mansion. You have to start out small.
Yes.
I will tell you, when I started out, guess what? And my mom always tells me this, and she's upset because she didn't know.
Mhm.
I started out with an apartment, and do you know, my apartment was a 1-bedroom apartment. And you know what furniture I had for a bed?
Definitely.
Some of my friends in college were moving and they had a sleeper sofa. And they're like, hey, Stephan, you want this sleeper sofa? I'm like, yeah, sure. The sleeper sofa was my bed. I didn't have a coffee table. I had a kitchen. It came with a fridge. It came with a dishwasher. I had dishes that I'd had before, but that's all I had. And to this day, my mom is upset with that. I'm like, Mom, it was fine. She's like, but I didn't know. I'm like, Mom, it was fine.
Mhm.
But I will tell you, that was one of those old sofa couches where you pull it out. If you pull it out, you can feel everything on your back and it hurts. So I found that it was better just to sleep on it as a sofa and not pull it out. But slowly, I bought a bed. And then I discovered from buying a bed that the mattress cost more than the bed. So I had a bed frame for a while, and then I got some more money. Then I bought a mattress. So it's no shame in starting out slowly. You just deal with it.
Yes.
So it appears to me, and I may be wrong, but it appears to me that you and your mom probably should not be living together,
Yes. I know.
because with your drug issues, you don't need constant upheaval. You need stability.
Mhm.
So this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions. What is the wait time on Saturday? All right, so it's 2 to 6 weeks, unless y'all have some place that is less time than that. And I'm assuming nobody thinks that lifetime would be appropriate.
Part of our agreement, Judge, is for him to go to SATA for the Wilson County cases to go away, so that he has currently pending.
All right.
Judge, I believe, probation said that, like you and Tony, be better maybe in a lockdown facility to make sure.
Okay. All right, that'll be Saturday. If they had a place for you in felony drug court, I would send you to felony drug court, but they're at capacity and there's a funding issue. So I always tell people, write your legislature. They need funding. So it'll be Saturday. And he's going to remain in custody till transferred to Saturday. And that'll be followed by aftercare. Upon release, I'm going to want sober support meetings. I'm gonna ask for 120 and 120 days. Sober support meetings. I'm sorry, could you do me a favor? Could you not take her back just yet? Okay. Sober support meetings, 120. The reason why I'm giving you 120 so that you can get in a habit of going. A lot of people don't like it at first, but then they come to love it. All right, and this gang supervision, is there gang membership alleged to be here?
Remain more.
Okay,
They're running out of the.
all right, ISP, and that'll be gang supervision. Healthy relationship program. MRT. And then you can either do the drug patch or you can do the UA hotline. Drug patch costs more. The UA hotline, that disrupts you a little bit because you're gonna have to call in probably daily. And then one day you call in, they're gonna tell you to do a UA and you have to come and do it. So drug patch or UA hotline.
Uh,
She said it's more expensive. You have, I'm gonna call every day, say, go today, you gotta go. So,
okay, and
I'll do the UA hotline.
How much does the drug patch cost? I think they went up a little bit. I used to know the previous price, but I know they changed their prices recently.
I think the UA hotline, Judge.
yes, yes.
Okay, well, before you know, because I'd like for people to have all their information. $50 every 2 weeks.
Do you wanna do that?
That's 50.
50.
I think online is.
Hotline, Judge, please.
All right, so it'll be the UA hotline until further notice, and probation, I want him tested at least once a week. All right, is there anything else that's being requested from either side? Probation, is there anything else? All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, I just want to say thank you.
All right, you're welcome. We can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. Contact your probation officer if there's an issue. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court.
Okay.
Look at this. Probation off docket. That's somebody who wants to speak to me and they're not on the docket. And guess what? I'm here. I'll speak to them. Okay? And with regards to healthy relationships, this is what I tell everybody. I take it very seriously about relationships. But if you want to see if you're fit to be in a relationship, buy an orchid. You can get orchids at the local grocery stores, Walmart, everywhere. When you get that orchid, make sure you get it when the blooms are on it. And then take care of it. Once those blooms fall off, if you're able to get that same orchid to bloom again, you may be ready for a relationship. And the reason why I say that is because when you get that orchid from the store, they'll tell you put 3 ice cubes in it. I've learned you're not supposed to put ice cubes in it. You have to do your research on the orchid. And orchids can be a little bit finicky. They tell you not direct sunlight. So you don't put it in direct sunlight. Next thing you know, it's drooping. Leaves are dead. You're watering. What do you do? What am I doing wrong? You have to have patience to get those flowers to bloom. And that'll help you if you have anger management issues, that will help you with all of that. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So when you come back, I'll see you with an orchid, right?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Here you go. Thank you. All right. You're ready? Okay, sure.
Right now, honestly.
We'll give it an excess off.
All right, who's here on Trujillo? Yes. Hello,
Morning, Judge.
good morning. Yes.
Judge, Mr. Trujillo is seeking to get his GPS removed. He was mandated upon sentencing to get the GPS from June the 10th to September 21st. There have been no violations. Probation does not object to the removal. I did speak with the state yesterday. Daniel has no objection with removal either. So we're asking that it is removed. At this point, he is being charged daily for after the time frame.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're just seeking the court's permission for.
All right, and you're still on ignition interlock?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right. We will remove the GPS. And the reason why that GPS was in place for 60 days, that was in lieu and you're spending the 10 days at the Bexar County Jail. But I did it for 60 because you were continuing to work and also you were doing your sober support meetings.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll order the GPS removed.
Thank you, Judge. I'll
And how?
get the order.
All right, and how are you doing on probation?
Fantastic.
All right, if you have any questions about anything, you can come in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and thank you for
Thank you,
dressing
ma'am.
appropriate for court. You're welcome.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right, Norma, I need an interpreter for Miguel Perez. Oh, it's off docket? Oh, come forward. Hi.
Can I speak a little English? Okay.
That's okay.
Just kidding.
Yes.
Your Honor, yes, I just wanted to see, we set it for October 3rd, but I had a huge conflict.
Okay.
I want to see if we could do it for the 14th, if possible. You have a
All right,
docket?
so can we do it for this October 7th?
Excuse me, it's October 7th?
Mm-hmm. Because I don't like for these cases to be around for that long.
Oh, no, yeah. Was the 7th?
It's a Monday.
Yeah. Yes, we can. The 7th week, great.
All right. So
Thank
we'll
you
put
so
it-
much. Really
You're welcome.
appreciate that.
And is your client on bond?
Yes, he's on bond, yes.
All right, you'll let him know?
Yes, I'll let him know.
All right, thank you.
Okay. And the 7th it is.
You're welcome. State, this case is being reset for sentencing. It's 2024 CR 3072. It's being reset for October 7th. All right. Who's here on Salim Hargett? Salim Hargett? Yeah, on this one, the GPS is being removed. Okay. That's the picture, yes. I'm telling you, Odyssey moves so slow and I'm trying to put in my judge's notes. Okay, thank you. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Salim Hargit. Renee Signs. All right. All right, after Renee signs, then it would be Andrade. Court is calling 2024 CR 3504 State versus Renee Signs. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
defense?
Luis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Science.
And are you Mr. Signs? Counsel, you received all of the discovery
Yes, ma'am.
and did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Probation, this is an application. Mr. Sines, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Sines, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sines, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Very much.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration NIGHTMAG number 765355, and there's a referral to felony drug court, or they're requesting an evaluation. They're to capacity. If I accept your plea and follow it, I'll put that recommendation in there, but I just want to let you know they're at capacity, so we may have to do something else. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea?
Ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
None, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plea? I'm sorry?
Not good. No contest, I'm sorry.
All right, so you have 3 options for a plea in this court.
Okay.
You can plead no contest, which means you're not saying you're guilty. You're not saying you're not guilty. You're just not fighting the charges against you, but I can still find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. All right? You can plead not guilty, in which case that tells me you want a jury trial, or you can plead guilty. Do you understand?
I understand.
So how do you wish to plead?
No contest.
All right. State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. Exhibit number 1 with all the statutes.
Any objection?
None, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
The judge, Mr. Sines informed me he wanted to take responsibility. He feels he's prepared to start probation and prepared to both perform on probation and complete it successfully. So we're asking the court to accept the plea bargain.
Oh, and excuse me, deputy. I'm sorry. Yes, you can take her back, off the record. The investigator has called your attorney and they'll connect and then connect with you. You're welcome. All right, we're back on the record. And you may continue.
The judge, we're just asking the court to accept the plea bargain. We think that Mr. Sines is prepared to fulfill his obligations.
All right, how old are you?
50 years old.
All right, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure.
What do you do?
Landscaping.
All right, everybody does landscaping.
A lot of landscaping, judge.
My gardenias never made a comeback after the winter, neither did my Rose of Sharon. And my grass is just non-existent now. He laughs, but I'm throwing that out to say, what should I do? You know?
I got a lot of work right now myself, a lot of work.
Okay,
And judge, he was hired through his employer,
Mhm.
Who has nothing but the best things to say about him. Owns a number of homes and keeps him very busy. So
okay. Do you have any children?
Here's the one.
What are their ages?
He's 32 years old.
Ah, okay. So what's your drug of choice? What have you been using in the past? And I'll say in the past.
Has about been 10 years that I've been doing those methamphetamine.
Meth. And you're saying that somebody sold you this car
Yes, ma'am.
at a poker game
Yes, ma'am.
for $600?
Yes, ma'am.
And was the car in great working condition?
It was great. It was doing good. Gave me the key.
How was the outside of the vehicle?
Fine. It was nice and everything.
Was it nice?
Yes.
How were the seats on the inside?
Leather seats.
Leather seats. All right. And what was the year of the car? Did he give you information about the car?
Yeah, give me 2002.
2002.
2002, yes.
2002 and
Okay.
Toyota Avalon Gold.
Yes, cool.
Paint job looked great.
They're good. Everything was great. If I
Oh.
opened the hood, there was a little damages inside.
And were you drinking at the poker game?
No, ma'am.
Did you find it odd that somebody would sell you a car in
Very
great
odd.
condition for $600?
Very odd. But I needed a vehicle at the time.
So you thought you were just getting lucky?
Good deal.
All right. And if you drug tested today, what would the result be?
Negative.
All right. Any other questions?
No, judge.
Court is going to sentence you to $1,000 fine. That will be probated. Do you want to speak to the length of probation?
Judge, we've discussed it. There's a recommendation for 3 years. I do believe that Mr. Sines, given his employment status and given the fact that he's a very steady place in life, will be successful. And I think if he's done before that, we can address maybe an early termination with the court, but I think a 3-year length is appropriate at this time.
All right, 3 years deferred adjudication. 120 hours of community service restitution, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Taking consideration NIMAG number 765355. There'll be a referral to felony drug court. And there'll be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Probation, is there anything else? Thank you. There'll be field visits. One time per month. For 4 months. And then at probation's discretion. Is there anything else you need from the court? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? We can go off the record. In this court, communication is key. If there is an issue, let your probation officer know. Even if you think you're going to use again, pick up the phone, call your probation officer, say, I think I'm going to use again. They will talk to you. If you feel as though they are not speaking to you or they're not addressing the issue you have, then what you do is you can come to court. I'll be here and we'll address it. Do you understand? All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And the next person I'm going to take up is Andrade. If you all are ready. Okay, just give me 2 seconds to put this in the system.
Again, Your Honor,
Hello, just give me 2 seconds.
that
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 008840, State versus Christopher Andrade. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Karen Corby, attorney for defendant. Andrade, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Andrade?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Waiving count one, proceeding on count two.
Okay,
There's not three else.
And waiving count three, apparently, Judge.
okay. Just one moment.
Judge, I'm sorry, we're waiving count one, waiving count three, and also waiving. allocation.
Okay, any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, just off the record for one moment. And Jason, I know you didn't do All right. Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers of Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, so you're gonna need to speak up so the court reporter can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand the court does not have to follow any plea bargain agreements you have with the state? If for any reason the court does not follow that plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses? Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Andrade, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I am, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishments to be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. The state is silent on your applications. They're taking in consideration County Court Cause number 735140, and there's to be restitution to the complainant. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Objection, John.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of his client, on your client?
Yes, we have previously tendered a letter that Mr. Andrade had written to you.
And just 1 moment. State, do you have any objection to the court reading the letter? All right, you may proceed.
So we'd ask that you, I don't know if you've already read it or not, but since Mr. Andrade has been in jail, he's completed, and I've previously shown this to state, a certificate of attendance and graduation, I guess you would call it, completing 10 lessons on volume 2 for substance abuse curriculum. So I don't know if you want to show it to me. He has been attending NA and AA meetings. I've got 3 pages of that right here, Judge. The reason I'm showing you these things is just to establish to you that my client's asking for help, Judge. Okay. He has been to TDC before. We're asking that you consider allowing him to go into Esperanza Court. I mean, one of the reasons this specialty courts were created is because of the revolving door of TDC. People go into TDC, they get out, they reoffend. They go into TDC, they get out, reoffend.
Does he qualify for Esperanza Court?
Judge, I believe he actually does. I do have the, do you have it with you or do I have it?
Because it's more than just drug issues with Esperanza Court. So you're saying there are other things that happened to him?
I think, Judge, I think I know where you're going with that, but I
Yes.
think that what it says is, participants, wait. Participants, let me direct you to, participants must have an open case with association to prostitution, but not limited to. So he was
Oh.
actually referred by these RIM people. Let me see that RIM cover.
Well, what I can tell you is I know that that's saying not limited to,
Mhm.
but what I can tell you is I don't know if they need to rewrite their qualifications,
Mhm.
but you do need that in order to be in that program.
Okay. He's been participating with this RIM group, Judge, while he's been in jail. And they are the ones actually referred him to it. I mean, there are other specialty courts he could possibly,
Well, the problem with felony drug court, the issue is funding. They're at capacity. I tell everybody, call your legislature to tell them to send more funding for these programs. It's less expensive to put people in these programs than to spend them in jail or prison. And ultimately, they're released from jail and prison and they still have the same problems. But
I would ask that you still possibly consider it, let him be interviewed. I did speak to the CLO this morning. She said that they can interview him next Thursday. I mean, if you are absolutely confident that he's not going to qualify because he doesn't have any of the,
Yeah.
the original issues, I guess that's a problem.
Okay.
But I do know they take men and I mean,
because here's the thing, I don't want to refer anyone there knowing that they're not going to meet qualifications. And the reason why I don't like to do that is because when I do that, then that person who's interviewing you, I've taken away their time to interview someone else. If there's no objection, I'll call over there and see if they will accept him if he doesn't have any of the issues
mhm.
that it's the court's understanding that he needs in order to be considered.
I guess if you wouldn't mind, Judge, I think we would appreciate that.
All right, just give me a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm just,
All right, do you have any children?
ma'am.
What are their ages?
They're 14 and 12.
All right, and when's the last time you saw them?
Um, right before I got arrested in May.
All right, and who's your support system?
My auntie. My
All right,
parent-
is
my-
this your
my-
biological aunt?
my parent, I got a lot of family. I'll be probably staying with my aunt when I eventually get out.
All right, so in this court, we don't do probably staying here or probably staying there. You need to let them know where you're going to be living. You understand?
I would like to get into like a inpatient to where I can do it myself and go that route instead of just depending on other people.
All right, and what's up with these tattoos?
A lot of it's just music stuff.
The diamond?
The diamond's just a diamond, man. I heard you say something the other day about it, and I promise you, I'm not involved in no type of gang. It's just a diamond for clarity.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison. suspended and probated for 8 years. Taking consideration County Court Cause number 735-140. There should be restitution to the complainant. And custody the following: a referral to Esperanza Court and a TAP evaluation. If you're not accepted into Esperanza Court, then we'll see what the TAP evaluation says, but we'll bring him back to the court and I'll consider what conditions are best for him. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, gang evaluation in custody, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And based upon your history, there should be no driving until further notice. Field visits, one time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Yes.
There is one little wrinkle here. He's on parole. Okay, so he's got a parole hold. My understanding from him is that they've spoken to him, if he works things out here, that apparently he's doing really well on parole, except for this. He should be okay, but I think that should be okay when he's getting all his interviews. So I think since we disposed of this today, they'll come talk to him. But
Okay.
in the event that he gets revoked, I guess that'll be something we have to address down the road. Just want to let you know.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I took a chance on you. You have your probation. I read your letter. You're gonna have to change your life. Otherwise, you're gonna be right back here. And do not take things that do not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
People work hard for their things. And if you want things, you need to work for them. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though the probation officer is not addressing it, then you can always come back to court. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mara, would be excused.
Yes.
Did you want to sign this? And maybe just take it to 11?
Uh,
It's a dismissal that you ordered. But I'll take it to 11 either way. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. Great weekend. Appreciate it.
Sure. Okay. Well, you're welcome. All right, Salim Harget. Salim Harget. Ralph Hernandez. Rakeem Ashmore.
I have a witness by Zoom.
Okay,
She's
Sure.
in the waiting room, I think.
no, she's not on. Let me give you,
Not on?
no, I'll give you the link.
She sent me a picture. I don't know what she's in the waiting room for then.
Oh, she's probably on, is she on another Zoom at somebody else's Zoom?
I don't know. Is this your Zoom? This is Zoom number. 829.
No,
Oh. 892.
here you are.
All right.
All right, no problem if you have a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Vincent Lawrence.
I don't even know what.
Okay, that shouldn't be there. Hello, hi. Yes,
I had a miscommunication with house arrest.
Mhm.
I told her that I might have another interview on Monday.
Mhm.
And she called me and said, you're having a short day, that I should get down here. So that's why I'm here.
yes, you can go to your job interview.
Okay, and then she also said that if I can, I don't know, would you be able to place me on GPS or partial? Because I really need to find a job.
All right, so here's the thing. This is what I'll do. I'm going to allow you to attend your job interview on Monday. And who is your defense attorney?
Kuntz, John Kuntz.
All right. So just one moment.
I didn't even plan on coming here today.
Just one moment. Hey, John, it's Stephanie. Yes, your client is here, Vincent Lawrence. All right, who's here on Trevor Morse? All right, what is happening with Trevor Morse?
Yes, Judge. With regard to his case, I was conferring with Daniel Escobar and I did brief Mr. Garahan on it. There was new evidence that was uploaded yesterday, September 26th, in the form of surveillance video. This is surveillance video that I had been previously asking for, Judge. So Daniel explained that I have to get in there and download it through some kind of system.
Mhm.
And he explained that there might be 2 or 3 hours of surveillance photo video, Judge. So we're requesting a discovery reset so I have a chance to view that and let my client view it as well.
All right. And if you all need to have him brought up for court for that, just let us know.
Yes.
I need a 45-day reset for discovery.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be back on November 12th. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, we'll bring you back on November 12th.
Thank you,
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
You're
Be
welcome.
excused?
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Oh, don't you have someone else?
I don't believe so, Judge. I believe I have one other matter, but it's set for a plea on Monday. Mr. Swamley. to proceed
Oh,
with that.
he's here. I mean, you could check to see if they actually have him here.
Oh, he's on bond, Your Honor.
Ah,
Oh, yes.
okay.
Yes. So I will definitely see you Monday. Hope you have a good weekend. in
All
due time,
right.
Judge.
All right, thank you. You too. Bonita Williams. And Joanne, is your witness Young? Deja Young? All right, after this, I'll take it up. Court is calling 2019 CR 7071, State of Texas versus Bonita Williams. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense? And are you Miss Williams?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, I have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Abrams, this is an application. Did you review the document entitled application for deferred with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Did you review the document entitled court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison
Yes.
and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of, I'm sorry, I got backtracked. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
All right. This is what happens sometimes when you multitask. Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, she has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yeah.
Ms. Williams, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to appeal. Waived your right to a jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea, there's $1,000 fine. State is recommending deferred adjudication, and there's to be $57 for drug testing to SAPD. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 80 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plea? State any evidence?
No objection.
All right, state you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yeah.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yeah.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that she has, since getting this case, it's been quite a long time ago, 6 years, I believe. She's moved to Montana. She has a job, making $20 an hour. She says she's clean and sober, and she says that she wants to continue her job and complete the probation, put this behind her finally.
All right, where in Montana?
Bozeman.
Bozeman?
Yes.
And what county is that?
Gallatin.
I'm sorry, what?
Gallatin.
Gallatin. How do you spell that?
Gallatin.
And who do you live with in Montana?
20 Michael
No, 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 no. Who do you live
Me and my
with?
daughter.
And how old is she?
She's 18 now.
And so, do you have any contact with Jose De Leon?
I don't know who it is.
Stephen Rivera?
Yes,
You still have contact with him?
I do.
How?
Over the phone.
All right, why are you in contact with him?
Because that was my ex and I just keep in contact with him.
Do you know if he's clean and sober?
Yes, it is.
How do you know?
Because you told me so.
All right. Naomi Cantu,
I don't know who that is.
all right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's $1,000 fine. That will be probated. There should be $57 restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Are you asking to be transferred back to Montana?
Yes.
All right. Transfer to Bozeman, Montana. And she says that's Gallatin County. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And if they do field visits, I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 120 hours of community service restitution. Ms. Abrams, will they be able to do a TAP evaluation in Montana?
She'll have to remain in their county until the Montana.
All right, so we'll do a TAP evaluation and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Who do I report to while I'm here?
They'll let you know. All right, and also there's to be no contact with the following persons. Jose De Leon. Stephen Rivera. Naomi Cantu. Bertha Montenegro. And who is Priscilla Riviera? I think that is Stephen Rivera's girlfriend. And I think she was his girlfriend while you were dating him during
Oh,
this
no,
case.
no, you're, okay, I know you're talking about his sister. That's his
Mhm.
sister.
All right. If you want to say it's his sister, you can't have contact with her. All right, and that's Priscilla Rivera. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record in this court. To be successful in probation, communication is key. And I'm going to tell you, when they transfer you, if they transfer you to Montana, sometimes people think they get transferred to other places and Bexar County doesn't know what's going on. What I can tell you is those probation officers send update to probation. And if there's an issue and if a motion to revoke is filed, you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to arrest you wherever you may be, and you're going to be brought back to San Antonio. If you're in the middle of getting ready to have a meal and they're bringing your food out, they will arrest you right then and there.
You know that I do have a, oh, no.
Hmm?
I was telling you not to interrupt you.
Oh, no, go ahead. What do you want me to know?
I do have a case pending over there that I'm getting dropped. But I don't know when my court date is as of right now because I've been stuck over here.
Mhm.
So I do got that one going on.
And
over there
what
that-
what case do you have
It's a
pending?
DUI.
for possession of an empty weed pipe, which is not illegal over there, so.
Yeah, see, and I had a feeling that maybe you still had drug issues, so that tells me what I need to know. So, thank you for that. And I am serious about you not having any contact with that person. And do not be bringing drugs and all of that around your 18-year-old. She doesn't need that. Do not be bringing random men into her life. Do not invite Mr. Rivera to come live with you, because if he does, I am going to find out about it and a motion to revoke will be issued. Do you understand? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
That's, yeah.
All right, Joanne, you ready? Yeah.
Can you witness hear me from this mic, Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and this is Rakeem Ashmore.
Yes.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Ashmore.
Ashmore. Okay. All right, so you're here asking for a bond reduction?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 008783, State of Texas versus Rakeem Ashmore. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Joanne Akel.
And are you Mr. Ashmore?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion seeking a bond reduction. State, have you had a chance to review the motion?
Have.
All right, is there a proposed agreement or no?
There's no agreement.
All right, defense?
Judge, I'd like to call a witness, please.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, and if you could stop moving, it's making me a little bit nauseous with the camera movement. All right, if you'll state your name for the record.
Deja Young.
All right, and to the court reporter, that is DEJA, last name Young. Any objections to this witness appearing by Zoom, state? And defense, I'm assuming you have no objection?
I have no objection, Judge.
And Mr. Ashmore, you have no objection to this witness appearing by Zoom?
No, no objection.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Young, can you tell the court what your relationship is to Mr. Ashmore, please?
Fiance.
And are you aware of the amount of the bond that is currently set for Mr. Ashmore today?
Yes.
Okay, and how much is that?
100,000.
And are you currently expecting Mr. Ashmore's child?
Yes.
Is that one of the reasons why you could not appear in person today?
Yes.
And when is your due date?
October 3rd.
All right. Are you aware of Mr. Ashmore's financial condition?
Yes.
Does he have any bank accounts?
No.
Does he have any assets he can sell to raise money to make this bond?
No.
He doesn't own any real estate that he could sell or mortgage?
No.
Does he have the ability to go to any banks to borrow any money?
No.
And you were wishing to assist him with raising money, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you have any bank accounts?
Yes, but nothing.
Is there any money in your bank accounts?
No.
All right. Do you have any assets that you can sell or to raise money for this bond?
No.
Do you have the ability to go to any bank to borrow any money?
No.
Have you attempted to raise money from family and friends?
Yes.
What's the total amount of money that's the family and friends have been able to raise?
250.
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say 250, what do you mean?
Is that dollars or what?
Yes.
$250? All right.
Are you asking the court based on Mr. Asmore's financial condition to reduce his bond today?
Yes.
All right, I'll pass witness, Judge.
Ms. Young, are you aware of the offense that Mr. Ashmore is facing?
Maybe she can.
Ms. Young,
Yes.
are you aware of the offense that he's currently facing?
Yes.
You aware that this is regarding a firearm?
Yes.
You're aware that he discharged the firearm and injured someone else?
Yes.
And you would agree with me that anyone who discharges a firearm and hurts somebody is a danger to the community, correct?
Yes.
No further questions.
All right, any other
One
question?
more question. Ms. Young, would you believe that a person has the right to protect themselves from danger
Yes.
and may use a firearm to protect themselves if um, a weapon or other danger presented themselves that would require that?
Yes.
All right, pass witness, Judge.
No further questions, sir.
All right, I have a question. Any objection to the court asking a question?
No,
I guess it depends on what it is.
We won't know till I ask it. Any objections?
No objection, Judge.
All right. Who all lives in your household? And when I say household, are there any children currently in your household who live there?
Yes.
All right, what are their ages?
2 and she'll be 1 tomorrow. Our daughter will be 1 tomorrow.
Oh, so you have a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old?
Yes. Well,
All
the
right,
2-year-old is not mine.
all right. Is the 2-year-old someone that you're taking care of or babysitting?
Yes. It's my nephew.
All right, who else lives in the household other than you and your 1-year-old?
My brother and sister-in-law.
Anyone else?
And the 2-year-old. That's
Okay,
it.
so it's the brother, the sister-in-law, the 2-year-old, and the 1-year-old.
Yes.
All right, any other questions?
I have no other questions, Judge.
All right, thank you. Any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Judge.
All right, so what I can tell you is I need to ask your client some questions regarding any mental health issues. All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Everyone off the record for a moment. Could I see that? All right, while they're looking at that, is there anyone else who's ready? Yes.
Villarreal, we have a status update that we're good.
Sure, who's your client?
Anthony Villarreal, he's in the box.
All right, come forward. Yes.
So, kind of an odd one. Last time we recorded this was about 2 years ago. It was an FTA situation.
Yes.
And then I actually took over and inherited the case from another attorney, Roland Garcia, who went to work for the federal defender's
Yes.
office. He had an investigator who did a complete workup on it.
Mhm.
Judge, the first time I've laid eyes on this file, like I said, in about 23 months or so, I'm asking just for a regular reset so I can get acclimated. I know the investigator did a complete thorough investigation, everything. I want to get with him as well and honestly just get myself refreshed on this whole deal.
Okay, awesome.
And we
'Cause
just
when-
received an offer today. I'll say that too. First time we received an offer was
Okay,
today.
because when you said 2 years, I'm like, surely not here. But now I know why.
Yeah.
All right, so 30 days?
Yeah, 30 days and we'll be working up intently in that time.
All right, I need a 30-day reset on Mr. Villarreal. And that's just to make sure you have all of your discovery and everything.
Yes, ma'am. I believe discovery. There's another unindicted case that was arrested. I anticipate the case that's indicted right now. I want to speak to it. I think that's gonna be the controlling case. Am I right in that
That
assumption?
should be correct, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I haven't read
Okay.
the other day. The way indictment arson.
Yeah.
All right, so you think that case will control?
The ag robbery should, but I mean, unless the arson is something catastrophic.
Okay. All right, what date? 30 days. All right, we'll be back on October 28th.
You know, I'll be talking. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Yeah.
Sorry. We good?
All right, so John Kuntz, you want to talk to the state about your client? He says he has job opportunities pending. And he has a job to go to on Monday, and I was going to give him leave to go for his job interview.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Joanne, are you ready on your client?
Yes, Judge. May the witness get off the Zoom, Judge?
Yes. Yes,
Like, there was a mental health evaluation completed in July too.
okay.
On that one, it says that no diagnoses were determined as sound.
Well, I will tell you, to be on the safe side, if I grant his bond reduction, I am going to ask for a referral to Center for Healthcare Services, and they can do a thorough evaluation, because I don't want him to have issues and then I didn't address them. All right, so we're back on the record and 2024 CR 008-783. Any other evidence, counsel?
Nothing. Oh, well, I guess just for the court's edification, my client resides with his mother, not with Miss Young.
Okay. All right, and I'm sorry, one final question, sir. Have you ever used any type of drugs in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
And what would that be?
Cocaine.
Okay. All right, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Judge.
State, any witnesses?
No, it is.
All right, the court will hear argument defense, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. As the court's aware, and the court has heard testimony that $100,000 bond is way over the financial ability of my client or any of his family members to make. A bond should not be used as a method to maintain somebody in jail. Its sole purpose is to ensure that they will appear for court. I would ask the court to consider reducing Mr. Ashmore's bond. Adding any other conditions the courts feels necessary to ensure his appearance.
All right, state.
Judge, we asked the court to deny the motion. This is an aggravated assault with deadly weapon. There was a firearm that was used. There was injury that was caused to the complainant. We believe 100,000 is reasonable under the facts of this case. However, if the court were to reduce the bond, we ask that the court not reduce it no more than 75,000 and to keep the special conditions in place, which are the full house arrest, GPS. We don't have any objection if the fees are waived, the no contact orders with the complainants, and the firearm prohibition.
Not you.
These are the people that have it. I'll print out the bond condition.
All right, thank you. And counsel. I need your client. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will set your bond at $75,000. There's to be no contact with the complainants. Of course, no possession of firearms. If your mother has firearms in her home, they need to be removed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be full GPS, waive fees. And you to reside with your mother. At the address that's previously been stated. There should be a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And there should be regular random UAs. Waive fees. Is there anything else?
Nothing's actually.
All right, when is this set on the docket?
It has no setting, Judge. It was just indicted.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, let's get this a setting in 30 days. All right. All right, and make sure that he receives a reset form. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And state if you'll let the complainants know.
Will judge we will.
Okay, thank you. All right, who's ready? Yes, who do you have? All right, Jeremiah Simmons. All right, what is happening on this case? Where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, I believe we have everything. However, there are some videos that I need to go over with my client.
Okay, so you have the discovery, but you just need to review videos?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how many videos do you think they are?
I know that there's 5 videos from one location, and then there's at least a couple of body camera statements that I need to go over.
All right. All right, Norma, if you'll put this on November 12th. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Araceli Robles? Yes.
Monday's docket.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's for an MTR.
Yes.
The number ones are drug cases that remain unindicted.
Mhm.
My client just had surgery. She's in between 2 surgeries involving a skin graft.
Okay.
I don't know when her second surgery is programmed for, but I do know that she's bedbound for the next couple of days and she is set on Monday.
All right.
Whatever time Your Honor would see fit.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this?
It would be CTD.
All right, CTD on Robles.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. She's set for Monday, but she has skin grafts scheduled. So do you have any objection? Because I know skin grafts can be very difficult. I've had
Okay.
family members who've had it. Any objection to moving this to November 12th and we can see where we are?
No objection from the state.
All right. And even though she is technically not on probation because there's this motion to revoke, she needs to still call in the probation and give them updates on her condition.
Understood.
All right, we'll see you back on November 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And if you'll let her know?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused afterwards?
Yes, Vashon, on this case, it's Araceli Robles. It's being recalled for November 12th. You're welcome. Salim Hargett. All right, who's this attorney? Okay. All right, come down, sir. All right. So we are going to recall your case. Your attorney is actually not in county. So let me see here. We're gonna call you on October 3rd, okay? All right.
Which is next week, yes?
Hmm?
Next week?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, Norma, he's coming back on October 3rd. Target. Yes. October 3rd. Yes. Okay. There you go. Oh, do you need the paperwork for Swanley? No. I have it. Oh, are they ready on Swanley? No. Okay. All right, where's the file on Ricardo Martinez? Ricardo Martinez, is that something I need to pick up? Ricardo Rocky Jr. Martinez Jr., that's a motion to revoke. I don't have a text message regarding Robert Featherson. All right, and Howie is recalled for 10:15. That one's done. All right, is there a Ricardo Martinez? Come down. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, we're gonna have to recall you. Your attorney is actually in jury trial in another county. So I'm gonna recall you back for October 10th. Is that okay, probation? We're gonna recall you back for October 10th.
Okay.
That's the second week in October. If your attorney wants you brought over sooner, he can let us know and we'll bring you over sooner. All right, thank you. All right, Norma Martinez is reset for the 10th. You too. All right, you're welcome. Have a good one. Oh, what did John want to do with his client,
I'm sorry, Judge?
with Mr. Lawrence?
I don't know.
All right, let me see where he is.
I don't remember what that was for.
Oh, he wants to go on a job interview, which I'm gonna allow him to go on his job interview.
Was that with John Kuntz?
Yes,
I said I don't oppose that.
okay.
And then, I don't know if he was gonna address the court about asking for tracking only, and I go, well, look, at this point, I haven't reviewed the case.
Okay,
I go, but if he gets a job, I won't be opposed for him to be able to work.
okay.
And so
All
that's
right, do
where,
you have any objection to, because right now he's looking for employment, do you have an objection to having a window?
no, I don't object to that.
All right, come forward. All right, so you can have a window of opportunity to look for employment. So I'll do Monday through Friday. What start time do you want, State?
Judge, I don't know how's the job market fares,
Yeah.
what time that he would be needing to go.
All
so-
right, so I'll do Monday through Friday, starting at 7:30 AM. Usually, from my experience back in the day, they would probably want you there earliest by 8:30. So we'll do from 7:30 AM to 5:30 PM, Monday through Friday. If there's a job interview that takes place on Saturday or Sunday, you'll have to approach to get approval.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else?
No, oh, can you, Amanda said email her and let her know.
Who?
Amanda?
Is that your pretrial services officer? What's her name? Amanda what?
SAIENZ?
Oh, it's signs, SAEN, okay, SAENZ.
Let me make sure. SAENZ, yes.
All right, yes, I'll let her know.
So it starts on Monday.
Yes, because you said that you needed to see someone on Monday, right?
Yes.
Yes, starts on Monday.
Okay.
7:30 AM to 5:30 PM.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you for always dressing appropriately for court. We are done. Happy Friday.
Got some stuff done, though.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Also, those ag robberies, I like.
Mhm.
You rarely come across two different ag robberies on two different defendants
Mhm.
that you actually like. And
Yeah.
I was like. So,
Well, you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe. Who knows what I'll be doing this weekend? We should see. Well, I have that event I have to attend. Well, I don't have to attend it, but they're honoring me.
Is
So
that
I'm
the
like,
one where you're getting the legend?
Yes.
That's great.
yes,
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
yeah, look at me. Well, see,
Getting an award, and you better have that speech done.
so the last time when we went to the gala, I didn't have a speech done. I wasn't expecting us to do a speech.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my gosh, people are up here giving speeches. So I'm like, I prayed, I'm like, please, just tell me what I need to say. So this time, she said, Judge, please have a speech ready. So I'm gonna have a speech ready. And so it's in the afternoon and it's with the, I think it's the 100 Black women of San Antonio.
Yeah,
And so I'm like, yay.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always nice to get a little award or a big award rather.
But here's the problem, when they say it's a legend award, hey, am I that old?
Yeah,
What's going on?
that's what I saw that. I was like, legend, wow,
Yeah.
you're retiring?
Yeah, I tell you, I'm really now gonna have to start doing the yoga thing because You know, when I get up in the morning, my body is saying, hey, slow it down.
I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel it.
That's what this court, we're gonna start doing yoga or something to stretch out.
What do they say? Pilates is the thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, you know what they're saying, that as you get older, your balance goes off.
Mhm.
And I remember back in the day, I could do that one leg thing
Oh, yeah,
with the
yeah.
other leg perpendicular. I'm like wobbling.
I'm gonna trust anything one leg. I mean, you saw my face that one day.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, well, you guys have a good weekend. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys on Monday.